Hi everyone, so today I thought I'd do another quick tutorial on using Flash. I'm going to be using the same gear that I did in my last video for Flash, the Godox TT350 here, and I also have my Godox V1. Now, today's tutorial was inspired by the challenge, our 52-week challenge that Peter Forsgaard is running on his channel, and the theme this week was weather. So it's pouring rain. So I thought I'd, try and do a weather shot in the rain. Now that said, my flashes, the Godoxes, are not weather sealed. So what I did is I put some plastic wrap on it that I got from the kitchen, that you normally wrap up your food and things in. The kind of shot I'm going for is, I'm going to go for a dark, gritty shot because, again, I don't like the rain, so I want the mood of the shot to reflect that. And I'm going to stand over by this tree behind me as sort of a framing, to kind of frame me in the shot. And I'm also going to use the flash, the Godox V1, to be up over to my left side, about 90 degrees off to my left. And the thing with flash, when it's raining, it's going to illuminate the raindrops coming down on me as well, so it should make for a nice effect. Now, I've done this before for like snow and things, and also for rain, and it works out pretty well. But the effect I'm going for, like I said, dark and gritty, and with the flash up over high to my left side, it should mimic sort of like a street light. So I should look like I'm standing kind of under a street light next to a tree. We'll see. It should come out pretty good though. Now for flash power, I'm going to start out the same like I did when I was indoors. I'm going to set the V1 to 1/8 power, and I'm going to set the Godox TT350. I'm going to set this actually to full power because we're outdoors for one, but also because I'm going to be standing about 3 or 4 meters away, like 10 or 12 feet away from the flash. So the flash power is going to be reduced quite a bit at that distance. And I think at full power it should give me enough light just to illuminate the front a little bit. But also, I'm going to point the flash down a little bit towards my feet because I don't want the light to be directly into my face to create like weird shadows and things. Just a smidge, maybe 5 degrees. What I want to do to get that dark gritty shot and be low key, I want to try and crush all of the ambient light here, and the only light I want illuminating the scene are the flashes themselves. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and put the camera into manual mode, set the shutter speed to the maximum sync speed of 1/250th of a second. I'm going to start at f5.6 on this lens. This is a kit lens. That's about the lowest aperture anyway when I start zooming in. But I would do that anyway, regardless of lens. And then also, I'm going to set the ISO to ISO 200. So, and then I'm going to take a shot, and that shot should be almost completely black in the frame, and that will confirm that I've been able to crush all of the ambient light. It may not be enough, because again, we're outdoors, but I have a little wiggle room. I can go lower on the ISO down to 100 or even 64 on this camera, or I can increase the aperture to f8, f11, etc. to help reduce the ambient light so I get almost a black image. The only downside to increasing the aperture to like f11 or something, or lowering the ISO down to 100 or 64, is that it also reduces the light power showing from the flash. So if my flashes aren't powerful enough to overpower the ambient light, that's going to be a problem. And what I might have to do is get an ND filter or something to help me with that. But I think I'll be okay because it's a cloudy day. It's not like full sun midday or anything. Okay, so let's go into manual mode first. And then let me set my shutter speed to 1/250th f5.6. And I can see the EV meter says that I am -2 on the EV scale. So I've already crushed 2 stops of ambient light. And if I zoom in to where I'm going to be framing, meaning I'm getting less sky and everything in the frame, you can see I'm -3 EV already. So that's pretty good. So let me turn off the flash and take a picture here and see how we did. I can see a little bit of light here on the ground, which I don't want. Let's look at the histogram. Now what I want is, because sometimes it's hard to see outside, but you can look at your histogram and you can see that there's, you know, a lot of lines here going past. I want all of these lines to be to the left and peaking to the left. The white, the red, the green, and the blue. The white is just sort of a sum of all of these. So let me first try by lowering the ISO. Let's go to ISO 64 and do a shot there. Okay, you can see the histogram is a little better, more to the left. I want to try and get a little bit more. So let's try the aperture, because I've already maxed out my ISO to 64. Let's try f8. Just one more stop. All right, that's a little better. Now I'm starting to get some blinkies too, showing that everything here in blue has been crushed completely to black. Maybe we'll do f11. Okay, that's good enough. The little bit that's left over that's not crushed completely to black, I can adjust in post-processing, which we'll do after this. Okay, the other thing I want to do is, like I said, I want this gritty, so I'm going to do +2 here and +2 on contrast. So +2 sharpness, +2 contrast, but I'm also going to change my gradation to low key. And again, what that does is it lowers the tone curve to bring the shadow areas almost completely to black. Let me check it again. Yeah, that looks pretty good. You can see the low key gradation pushed all of the lines in the histogram completely to the left. Okay, let me go ahead and rotate this into portrait, and I'm going to use the level meters to balance. Good. All right, let's crop in by zooming. So what I want to do is make sure the top right of the frame is almost touching the flash, or the flash is just starting to creep in. That way I get the maximum effect of the flash shining on the rain. The rain is slowed down though a bit, so I'm not sure. Where's the flash? It's all the way over there, so I'm going to have to move it in a bit. So right about there. Now the other thing is I'm going to use the custom timer instead of the self timer. And I explained this before, but the custom timer allows you to have the camera refocus just before it takes the picture. If I use the regular self timer, it's going to focus on wherever first and then take the picture. So by the time I get back into the frame, it's not going to refocus on me. So I'm going to use the custom timer with auto refocus and face detect. And let me flip this up so I can see myself. Okay. Oh, so fast. Ooh, way too dark. All right, the flash power 1/8 was not good enough, so if we go to, what do we got, 1/4, 1/2, we'll probably have to go to full power, or I can try reducing my aperture down to f8. So I'm going to go down to f8, and I'm also going to increase the flash power to full power. Okay. That's not bad. Let's go in and edit this one. I think we're pretty close. Okay, so I've imported the straight out of camera JPEG here, and as you can see, it's a little bit dark, but that's kind of the look I'm going for, and we just have to make some minor adjustments. So first thing I'm going to do is just crop it. And I'm going to put my face over here on the left thirds, just right here and cross, and we're good. We got a little bit of my arm and shoulder and my face. Okay, that looks good. And there's a couple of spots I want to fix that are a little bit too bright, like this button. So I'm just going to use the healing brush and just spot those out. Let me get it a little closer. Okay, good. And get rid of that. Okay. There, that's better. Now, I need to illuminate my face a little bit more. So I'm just going to use a local brush. And let's see, that's a good size. And flow, let's put the flow down into the 20s. Just anywhere in the mid-20s is fine. And on my face, I like to do like a T shape and then just sort of start to fill in from the center and go out a little bit. And let's just increase the exposure. Like so. Let me see how that looks. Okay, a little bit more. So I'll just do the same thing. Make a T shape. And then just do a little bit in the middle. Good, good. A little bit more on top. One more stroke. And just a little bit more to fill in. All right, now let me go ahead and brighten my eyes. So I'll start another brush. And I'm going to make my brush smaller so I can fit into my eyes here. And just zooming in helps too. So I get a little more precision. All right, let's just increase the exposure here. Maybe push the shadows a little bit. Just to give my eyes a little bit softer, a little less contrast. A bit more on top. As you can see, the catch light in the eye is really good from the Godox TT350. You know, right in the center. I like how that came out. What's this on my cheek? Maybe a raindrop or something? Let me fix that while I'm here. That's just a little bit distracting. Okay. And then last thing I'll do is just add some contrast. So let's try fine contrast. Maybe a little bit of micro contrast. There we go. Just get it even grittier and then some full-on contrast. A little bit brighter. Okay, we're done. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If so, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more videos, consider subscribing to the channel. Also, check out my Instagram and Flickr page. And if you'd like to support the channel, there'll be links down below so you can make donations. But either way, I appreciate you watching, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.